Go the extra mile. Your very own upfitted Mercedes-Benz Sprinter van. You could win it. FoxSportsRadio.com. Enter until January 24th. It's called the Fox Sports Radio Ultimate Tailgate Rig Sweepstakes. Mercedes-Benz vans. So, I don't know. Some people are, Joy is very competitive. You're an athlete. We're probably weekend athletes now, but we're both.
Well, yeah, was an athlete.
But we're competitive people.
Definitely.
And I learned this from a very early age from my parents. Like, life's not fair. Put your head down and outwork people. And like, I don't think life is as full or complete if it's easy. Is I like the fight. I like the struggle. I didn't go to Syracuse, a great broadcasting school. I didn't go to Missouri, a great broadcasting school. In fact, I didn't even go in my state. Washington State University was the best broadcasting school. My parents were divorced. I went to Eastern Washington. It cost about $3,800. I paid for some of it myself, and it's absolutely helped define me. I am so much a believer in the struggle's fun. The struggle's part of it. You may not realize it at the time, but it's really fun. And so many people these days are into, it's not fair. Life's not fair. My last name's not Hilton. My last name's, it is LeBron James' kid's going to have it easier than a lot of kids in America. All right. There'll be advantages and disadvantages to that. That's just the journey. And so I can guarantee you Monday what's going to happen. If Dallas wins this weekend, gets into the playoffs at 7-9, or the Giants win, and they can, and they get into the playoffs at 6-10, and the Colts go 11-5 and don't get in, or the Browns go 10-6 and don't get in, here's all you're going to hear Monday. Oh, we got to change the system. This is outrageous. This is not fair. If Dallas has a new coaching staff in a pandemic and no preseason, they have to go to a backup quarterback by early October. They have catastrophic injuries to their offensive line. If Dallas makes the playoffs, it's incredibly commendable. They've gotten every bad break in the league. They got to go to a backup. They got a new coaching staff. Yeah, we have a pandemic. No OTAs and no camp. What? I mean, you watched Dallas. People argued, play the games. What are you doing? Play the games. We knew the winter it was going to surge with the holidays and the cold weather. A lot of people were arguing play the game. They were playing college games and kids were fine. But they didn't. And it was punitive to teams like the Giants. Giants were a mess in September. A mess. Cowboys were a mess. So if they get hot late with backup quarterbacks, God love them. I'm for them. And by the way, if the Colts don't get in despite their glossy record, well, they had their system and their coach. They lost to Jacksonville. No football team on the planet this year has lost to Jacksonville except the Colts. And if Cleveland doesn't get in, that's because they lost to the Jets and this weekend to Mason Rudolph. So I don't want to hear about it. But in baseball, the Dodgers have a $181 million payroll. The Pirates, it's $39 million. They don't even have a salary cap. In the NBA, players don't want to play in certain cities. Cleveland's not attractive. Los Angeles is. It's not fair. Toronto won a title in Canada with their taxes and their cold weather in the winter. It's not fair. They won. Cleveland eventually with LeBron won. It's not fair. LeBron grew up in Akron, right next door, always wanted to be a Cav. So what sports needs is rules. You can't grab a ball in soccer and throw it into the net. In basketball, you can't tackle LeBron James. In football, you can't jump off sides to get a head start to sack the quarterback. Sports needs rules. It's not fair. It's never been fair. It doesn't need to be fair. The unfairness is the struggle. The struggle's real, and I'm okay with it. So go Cowboys. By the way, the Giants have lost 5 one-possession games. Here's another thing about fair. So Arizona, Cliff Kingsbury comes into the league. He has to coach against Kyle Shanahan twice a year, Pete Carroll twice a year, and Sean McVay twice a year. Do you think that's fair? Belichick got 20 years of a clown show in the AFC East. Dolphins, Jets, Bills, firing guys every 15 minutes. I mean, a huge part of a 20-year dynasty in the NFL was the mismanagement by the Jets, Bills, and Dolphins, who 2 of the 3 now have clearly gotten it right in the last few years. But that the whole sport was dominated by one franchise. It was the worst division in football. Bad quarterbacks, bad coordinators, a lot of Rex Ryan. So go for it. If the Cowboys, totally commendable. Backup quarterback, pandemic, no preseason, brutal offensive line injuries. I'm all for it. Blazing 5 top of next hour. I got some things here I don't want to give too much away. Hold on. Oh, the air thing today, I'll talk about a little bit later. But so right after our show, Notre Dame plays Alabama. Not going to be close. I just think Alabama's offense is going to do whatever they want. And then Justin Fields, a quarterback for Ohio State, is going to play Clemson. And I do think it's going to be close. I think the bet is Ohio State in the under. But I will say this about Justin Fields, is that he may struggle today. And he has not been good in recent weeks. He was very good early in the season. And then games were canceled, couldn't practice. And shockingly, this young quarterback has not been as good. All you need to know about Justin Fields, and we've seen this with Josh Allen, and we've seen this with Justin Herbert and a lot of guys. Just ask yourself when you watch him today. Is he big? Check. Is he fast? Check. Is he athletic? Check. Does he have a good arm? Check. He's going to get, and this is no shot at Ryan Day, he's going to get way better coaching in the NFL. Way better. Like we got to stop. Trevor Lawrence will succeed wherever he goes. Justin Fields will be as good as the situation he enters. He may struggle today. He's still going to be the second or third quarterback drafted, and in other years, he'd be number 1. Don't beat up on him if Clemson beats up on him. Hour 2, Blazing 5 next.